Okay, it's going to tell me to eat pizza. Right. Coach Helen for YouFit Studio. Okay, so why am I doing a Facebook Live just on pizza, you might ask? I hear saying, what pizza? Because from experience, and this probably applies to be fair, quite a few fast food options. I've just gone for this because, quite frankly, pizza is, I think, by far the most, generally, I make a general sweeping statement for cases I don't have pizza, most ordered takeaway, I think, potentially this year, for sure. I, without a doubt, see a picture of some variety of pizza probably 3 to 4 times a week. And they're not always the same clients, right? So it's rotational. I call it rotational pizza. It's like, I don't know what I was going to say, that's really appropriate. However, it seems to spread, right? The pizza. Someone has pizza Monday, then pass the baton on to Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And it seems to come back around a different group of clients next week, right? It just full cycle, yeah. I'm getting there. Now, at the end of the day, as a coach that deals with nutrition, am I going to say to a client, like I said before we started this, do not have pizza, it's unhealthy? No, I'm not, because that's like asking somebody to breathe or walk or not do something right. At the end of the day, I 100%, I can't even state this enough, I'm so sure, 150 million% am convinced through and through that every single human being knows, right, that on the scale, I'm going to say scale, right, not black and white, good or bad, that pizza is somewhere towards one end. Let's just be diplomatic rather than use naughty words and stuff. We do know, I think 100% of people know where it is on the scale. Does that mean that they don't eat it? No. No, it doesn't, because it's still a choice. It's choice on the scale. How frequent the choice on the scale dictates an outcome, right? It dictates the outcome of whether or not someone loses weight, stays the same weight, or gains weight, right? So the thing is if I know, right, that a client is pretty much, if they love the stuff, they're going to have a variety of some type of pizza during their lifetime because they don't want to not have it for the rest of their lives, then as a coach, I accept wholeheartedly that this is the case, and it's not one that I battle out right now. If the client sends me a whole pizza, that's a separate conversation. I've had the whole thing. It's large, like Domino's or Papa John's. I might have a separate conversation about that. However, the deed's done, right? So that's a separate topic. But actually, if I'm saying like, Pooja, stop reaching for the phone, you can't order pizza while we talk about this, by the way. It's brilliant. I'm at the stage, legit. I can tell you this, I can share this with you now, and it scares me on a level that I'm quite a deep level, because I'm sure if I was at school and my career developer said, now let's roll forward, a good few years, how would you see yourself doing a job? And if my response was, do you know what, I'd love to have a job where I could look at a picture of a pizza and guess where they got the pizza from or which company they bought it from, that would be something I would want on my CV. And yet, it can happen. I literally found myself guessing a pizza from a very obscure pizzeria in Leicester city centre only just last week to say, do you know what that looks like pizza from? And I was right, which is worrying. First point, bit worrying. However, kind of backs up what I'm saying, that I see that much pizza that I've got to the point that I recognise where this pizza's been made in the Leicestershire-ish area. I don't want people sending me pictures to check on this now. It's been good so far. Don't test me. I might get it wrong. Especially if you make your own pizza and then send it to me, because I have no idea, right? Okay. Essentially, I think we all know that unless it's coming from a particular place or you know how it's been made, that you're essentially buying pizzas as well, that you're looking at a lot of preservatives and processed, right? This is why I can see when it's made in this particular way, right, which we're going to get onto. So that's good. So covered that off. So let's get into it. I think, like I said, I think we know most of it's processed to some degree. Now, being processed, right, most foods, right, really we buy are processed to some degree, unless you're picking and doing it yourself, debatable, right? However, what is added to the pizza will impact actually the calories by quite a considerable amount. And certainly if it's more processed meats and cheeses, you'll see that change quite significantly. So if I say, oh, we like to guess the calories again. No, I haven't ordered any pizza or made any pizza because I don't think I could cope. I think I'd have a meltdown if it's like the whole chocolate debacle. We'll not go there again. However, one slice. Oh, I don't think I can say a name without saying it's from. Oh, no, just call it. It's not the company name. Pepperoni Lovers Pizza. Now that could be from anywhere. Everyone's googling. It's now going pepperoni lovers. Right. So one slice of pepperoni lovers pizza is 460 calories. 460 calories. One slice. Okay. Now that's because it's quite high end on the processed side. And by the way, that would be a deep pan as well. Right. We shall get onto that. So one deep pan slice of the lover of the pepperoni, lover of the processed meats, brings a whopping 460 calories. And this is where it's coming quite interesting when I say, like most food, pizza is not created equal. Because if I have a client and they're like, oh, it was a vegetable pizza, Helen. It was deep pan, stuffed crust. I'm like, whoo, let's talk calories. And I inevitably always say it's about 200 calories a slice. And if you had to turn around to someone and said actually it's more like 460 calories a slice, there's a pause where the kind of face kind of freezes on the video call, and I'm not sure if I've lost internet connection or they're generally quite shocked, and usually it's because they're actually quite shocked. I'm checking my internet connection and it's actually just because they can't quite process, especially if they're trying to count how many slices they've had in their head. I think that's what it is sometimes. This is how often this conversation happens. I can see them trying to do maths go. A bit like me when I do maths. I had 3 slices and that's 460 calories. So that's what happens, right? So I'm going to go through some tips, right, of how to reduce the calories in terms of going for it. Because if you're going to go for it, I say this, go for it and make some adaptations if you want to limit. I'm saying that 460 is a banger for one slice. I'm sure most people do want one slice, more than one slice of pizza. I'm legitimately convinced, and I'm going to say this, right? I'm going to call this, and this isn't a judgment, I do also think that I maybe sent one slice of pizza or two. I think probably somebody's having more than one slice of pizza or 2 slices, especially if they're very small, like the smaller slices. I'm like, and that's okay. Again, it's not judgment. It's just you can make choices around the pizza that can mean you could have 2 to 3 slices and impact or impact how many calories you're taking in, right? So yeah, option one, someone screaming, just don't have the pizza. Yes, that's an option, but I just want to recap again. Some people are still going to have it, so you're still going to have it, make some choices. Now, I've touched on it earlier, and here's one of the steps. Order thin crust over deep pan, right? Now, might sound like a very simple, quite obvious thing to do, and yet, actually, you can have the same taste. I've talked about exchanging stuff before. The same taste, the same thing is thin crust. You're going to reduce the calories down. But don't please ask me the calories on each because there was a lot to choose from on this. Just know that. Take your pizza, go from deep pan to thin crust straight away, and there you go. Straight down on a factual point from calories, you are down. Right, this next one, tip number 2, came from a client. To be fair to the client, I will give the client credit on this. However, I've since tested it with other clients and also works. So, I'm still waiting. Tip number two, right? Take it out of the box. Now, again, I'm like, really? I know, when it comes to pizza, it's usually like us hugging the box on the sofa. Right? It's just there. Now it's kind of like, do you know what, Helen? Do you know what? I'm choosing to have 3 slices of pizza. I'm leaving the box in the kitchen, put the pizza on the plate, and I'm leaving the room. If I choose to get up off my chair, walk my ass into the kitchen, get another slice of pizza, I'm choosing to do that. And on the walk, I can really consider if it's something I want to do, if I want to put my wet plate in the wash and then leave it, right? So, using a plate and not the box to eat the pizza from, a incredibly simple yet massively effective solution. Because I've tested it. I thought, do you know what? If it works for one, it might well work for more. So consider this next time you order pizza. First, step one, order thin crust. We've had this for ages, haven't we? Welcome back to second lockdown. Anyone want a dog? I'm rehoming. This lot. Point one. God, so far, I've gone so recently, so far, without any kerfuffles. Point one, order thin crust. Step two, eat from a plate and not the box, right? So eat from the plate, not the box. Now, is that going to change the calorie content of each slice of pizza? No. It will, however, perturb you from going to get more because it's an extra step. And it sounds too simple to be true, but most people can't be asked to get up and go and get it. So it does kind of work. Next one, simple. I don't think there's many more than this, is that we know that, well, unless you've got a very interesting person that cut your pizza for you, that they come in a particular size, generally speaking. Now, how some other clients choose to do it is actually they'll take that and they'll cut that again. They'll just cut the pizza again and create smaller slices. That's a choice. Same thing if they're going to take it to the kitchen, take it out of the box, put it on the plate. They're going to cut it full, take it from the box. So again, from a tactical point of view, they're just reducing calories, right? Now, again, touched on it earlier. Where are we? 1, 2, 3, 4. Got stuck on 3 there. Couldn't count to 4. Worrying. 4. Avoid the processed meats. Now, again, I went back to the lover of the pepperoni earlier because it is quite high. Same thing, I touched on the stuffed crust. To reduce the calorie content of what you're ordering where you can, and knowing how your pizza is going to be made or where you're looking at, look to the unprocessed sides of the meats because that's where you can reduce calories. And also, for the love of God, stuffed crust. Whoo, you bangers. That is... I should have done stuffed crust with the pepperoni, find out how much it is per slice. I think it is definitely more than 460. Another good tactic from another client, this is how many clients I have eating pizza, and it does work, is to actually add your own food to the pizza. So don't make the pizza the whole part of the food, meal. I won't say meal, but I crossed the M with the OOD. The meal. What this client does is she actually adds vegetables to her meal and a salad, right? So what she does is she takes 2 slices of pizza, she adds more to it rather than make it all about the pizza. She actually then covers off the other elements of the meal because she knows the fibre from the vegetables and the salad bits that she's putting on, because she don't just put a bit of lettuce, she actually goes for it on the salad, will actually also fill her up and take her away from having an extra slice of pizza. So tactically, you can also reduce, or I need to make pizza healthier. You make pizza healthier by also, yes, original point, eating less, but by actually adding more in as well. So you're not just detracting fully from the meal, you're doing more. Now, also, Pooja at the top of this commented on something else. To make pizza healthier, yes, you can make your own pizza. Now, you could make your own homemade dough if you are, like Pooja, I mean, I would imagine it'll just end up on the ceiling. However, yes, you make your own dough, or other options that a lot of clients go for are using pittas or wraps, looking at the size of the wrap they're using as well, looking at the type of wrap to add different flavour. I've got people make cauliflower pizza bases. I mean, I'm never quite sure if how it bakes or how it works. I'm told it works very well. I've never thought, I always think it would just fall apart if I did it. It also gives them the option to kind of play with the last point as well. They can add on to that pizza things that they know they want more of. So they'll put on kale and rocket, spinach, some great vegetables and salad points that can nutritionally change the balance of a pizza and make it healthier. Because purely you know what you're adding on, and you know how much cheese you're adding on, and you're then reducing calories, even from a thin base all the way down to a wrap and a pitta. You are laughing because really, what, take 460 for a slice of pepperoni? Ain't nowhere near that. 100 odd and bits, if that, for one slice of that, does not have as much of the calorific damage. Now, ultimately, going back to my initial point, if you're choosing to go for it, and this is your splurge, and this is your thing, which I, again, can't say it enough. I've got some clients who will say, literally Friday night, Helen, is pizza night, and that is it. End. And I'm like, okay. Because someone's going to choose to have it. Like, if you choose to still not go for a healthier option, that's okay, right? I'm just giving you some hints and tips of how, if you have on a regular basis, how on occasion here and there you can reduce the calories, still enjoy the pizza, and still stay on track for what you want to do if you're looking to become healthier or you're looking to lose weight. Just some simple stuff to do, right? Doesn't cause massive pain. You can still have pizza. It's changing little bits here and there to still stay on track. Like, this is what I think. This is the thing about YouFit. I say it all the time, a lot of clients say it all the time. You literally have your pizza and lose weight. But you're like, that ain't possible. Well, you know, come try out and find out. Got loads of clients who eat chocolate, cake, pizza. What do you mean? If I can guess a pizza, that says a lot. It says a lot. A lot, right? And repoint. I've never ever said to a client, you can't have pizza. You should. Should, I like that word, don't we? Should not have pizza, because I know immediately what they do as soon as they finish talking to me is order one in, and they'll probably go for extra large with stuffed crust, deep pan with amount of pepperoni on it. You can barely pick it up, probably. So, best to accept that pizza is part of a diet for a large portion of us, and also to know that we have got choices where to make a difference. So, to recap, just bang on time. So recap. Bought pizzas, I mean, even touch on bought pizzas in supermarkets, etc. I've mainly thought about takeaway in my head, but you know, equally I see as many bought pizzas as well. They're going to have preservatives and processed, right? For good reason. They're on the shelves if in the supermarket for a while, and God knows that most places need to keep their ingredients running for a long time at pizza places. So the more extra cheese that you add on, and that goes for the top of the pizza or the crust, piling on the calories, and there's a very meat related pizza slice that comes in at just shy of 500 calories. I should say it like that. It's 460, yes, but let's be honest, 500 calories. Imagine if you didn't, that's for whatever they decided as an average slice, right? Imagine if you're just a little bit bigger. Whew, 500 plus on one slice of pizza. Crazy, isn't it? That's how it happens, right? Like I said, nobody, I believe, I mean, I might be proven wrong. Someone send me a video, and then the following 5 hours afterwards, and the morning afterwards, in fact, as well, is challenged into sticking to one slice of pizza. So it's good to know that what you're playing with in terms of calories. People always say to me about 200 calories, and they say it like that, or a slice of pizza is about 200 calories. Right? Big difference between 200 and 500 calories if you're having more than one slice, right? Again, just to recap some simple things. Go thin crust over deep pan. Take out the stuffed crust, people. Stay away from the processed meats if you can. Eat from the plate and not the box. Cut the pizza into smaller sizes if you so wish, to make it even harder to keep going back for more. Add more veg to your meal, right? I don't mean chips. And someone's going, potato is a vegetable. It's also carbohydrate, so no. So adding things like salad and vegetables to a meal plate when you're adding on a pizza slice as well, takeaway or otherwise, is a great way of filling up on fibrous food before sticking to the pizza, or just sticking to the pizza, right? So it's still a win. And one of the healthiest options at all, apart from, I can still hear you, just don't have the pizza. The other thing you can have it is to make your own and add on your own vegetables, add on your own items, and then you know exactly what you're in for. Tomorrow's firstly is Tuesday. Tomorrow's is Tuesday, and we're going to look at something that's come up a lot recently as well, mainly because clients have been getting results with me and still eating pizza. And if anybody's watching this, this is literally not related to any conversation we've had. If you start to get concerned, this is literally because I've had that many over the last couple of weeks, and actually, or last month, and actually all the time anyway. It's about commenting on somebody else's body. We're all like this. Ooh, yeah. People love commenting on this one tomorrow. So until then, enjoy this evening and the announcements that may happen or may not happen. I'm sure it'll be great. And I'll catch you tomorrow.